Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gotenks Week 87 account update. 5.222 million GP. Not pushing the GP up and up. You know, once I hit 4 million, I wasn't really hungry for higher GP, and now it's starting to feel like every little addition I make, it's not adding too much GP, but it's making my account a lot more formidable. And even though I am on the verge of falling out of Erodium for next season, I still think it's going pretty well. So the current favorites, very focused. I'm almost done. The Peridea pals. I have Night Trooper and Death Trooper Peridea at Relic 7. I had considered not getting them to Relic 7 just to make sure I could get like all of them there first. And I wanted to make sure I could get them all like Relic 5 at least first. But I think I have enough mats to do it. Well, that's not going to demonstrate because you don't have Carbonites or Bronziums for relegating up. So yeah, I got plenty of Carbonites, and I think I don't know if that's enough for Relic 7 on Enoch, but if it's not, I can push a little bit up. And then I have enough Erodium heat sinks, but I could also, those are also pretty easy to get your hands on with the holo projectors. Still have a good stockpile of Electrum conductors from the raid because I think they're the best value. And my mountain of signal data is shrinking a little bit, 400, 374, 292, but still quite a lot. So I won't feel the burn from taking on a couple Cantina farms when they come up. I have the second Zeta on Enoch. I did get Night Troopers unique Zeta. I don't know if I want to apply as Omicron or not. Whereas Omicrons, I don't come across them too many that I need to apply. I am going for Balin, and eventually the Conquest Mountain is going to start pouring in. And this is one I didn't go for the longest time, or even on my main account. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll give that one, but since it's Grand Arena, it's something I'll consider. Then I'll probably give Night Trooper the special Zeta, and then last Zeta for this trio is Death Trooper Peridea, because I think this is probably the least impactful. It's more situational. Enoch's almost at gear 12. I actually need just 3 pieces. Maybe I can get that. That's too expensive. I don't have any more of those. I don't have enough of that, and probably would be good either. I have 80. Can I get 3 from 80? 5. Okay, that's a great pull. Excellent. I was probably willing to do a 100 crystal refresh there. Now I can actually remod him. Maybe just give a little insight into how I go about remodding characters that are my current projects. I've been lazy with these guys. I haven't scouted ahead there what pieces they need. But I don't have much currency to use anyway. I'm not too far off on these. That's high demand. That I have enough there. Enough of that purple piece. That's going to be a couple of these pieces want that, but all in all, not that far off. I feel like I should be ready before the next Peridea Brigade or Patrol, whatever. Need 100 of these. Got 146 of that. Yeah, I know he's pretty spread out with his requirements. So that's not too bad. I'll come back and mod him in a little bit. But yeah, that's coming along quite well. Current farming. I'll just, I mean, that's a very short tale to tell, and I'll talk about my future plans for energy farming. Shin, 37 out of 65. Maroc, 45 out of 65. Merrick, I don't know. Got me not close to 7 stars. Thankfully, I can just start working on the gear 12 now without waiting for all the 7 stars, but I am going to need him at 7 stars to do the higher levels of that event, because even the 3rd tier is gated behind stars. And unfortunately, the first 2 levels of Peridea Patrol are so hard that you need like actually good gear or level or some relics on these characters to make it work. The last time it came around, I had barely any development on these, so I got no farming help from that in terms of shards for these characters. Great Mother's Morgan Elsbeth coming up. Great Mother's not yet accelerated. Morgan is still waiting, but they're the immediate next projects. They will go into favorites right after I finish Enoch. Potentially Morgan first, because I think if you have a weak Great Mothers and a strong Morgan, I think you can get more done than the reverse. A weak Morgan and a strong Great Mothers. Because she tanks and Great Mothers just, you know, can hit and run. And if you use them on offense, you can pick and choose enemies that only have single targets, like maybe Tuscans or something. So yeah, that's going to be good. JML stuff far away. However, I think I could probably put this in the thumbnail. I am beginning to lay the groundwork for Leviathan. So what that means, I'm not going to be relicking up all these characters right now. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to wait a little while before I do that. Probably Great Mothers and Balin, all before working on these characters. But what do you need to get working on very early, way ahead of a farm, to have it done? You need to get working on shards. So I will need to farm Sith Trooper shards. Thankfully, that's just a 12 energy node. And thankfully, he is accelerated, so that's not bad. Sith Assassin, Sith Empire Trooper Sortie. I don't know why I have Sortie shards. Maybe it was like an extra drops event. But they're all on their way there. Malik, you know, I've been working on his shards. He's at 50 out of 100. Gosh, wherever I put my camera, that's where I need to show next. 50 out of 100. So he's getting there. I'm not worried about that. What I need to start farming now is the ships. So Scimitar is not too bad. Pops up in... it's in Fleet Energy. Gotta move myself once again. Fleet Energy. And it's in the Fleet Store. So that'll be pretty fast. TIE Dagger's a hard farm. Sith Fighter is a Cantina, so that won't be as bad. I don't have to rush that right away. Mark 6 won't be as bad. That's Cantina. I can do that a little bit further on. Yeah, I've been Hawk, Cantina as well, so there's plenty of Cantina. But TIE Dagger, B28, B28 extinction, I need to start farming those soon. So I'm going to add TIE Dagger, or maybe I'll just add Scorch to my favorites and then farm that way because it's easier than navigating to ships, and B-28 extension class bomber. However, I farmed Fennec Shand all the way to 7 stars, and all I have on this ship is 3 stars, not even 4. That's how bad the fleet farms are compared to the regular farms. So I'm a long way off. I mean, you need them 7 stars. I don't know why they bother saying, oh, well, you could get in the event with 4 stars. Why do you have that on the stick list? I put 7 stars. So I'm going to need all those ships at 7 stars. And the reason I am starting on it right now, not before now and not after now, is Fury. My Fury class interceptor farm is at 166 out of 330. So I need 164 more shards, so that's actually 9 months. And if I got 4 extra shards, I would need 8 months of Proving Grounds, but I need 9 months. That's kind of close to what you need to farm a ship all the way up. I might be getting on it a little bit earlier than I absolutely need to, but my goal is to have that be the very last piece of the puzzle. Once I hit 7-star in Fury class, I want to be able to unlock Leviathan. Because it is just the crown jewel of ships right now. They still haven't announced a new capital ship. Leviathan was announced in I think it was April of 2023. Came out in later 2023, or no, 2024. No, 2023. And then 2024 we're like, oh, we're gonna get a new capital ship, and then time kept going on and passing. People started to realize, oh wait, I guess we're not getting a new capital ship in 2024. And now the same thing's happening again in 2025. Like, I actually gave advice to at least one person based on that. Like, oh yeah, just that was in a deep hole in their fleet range chart. I was like, yeah, maybe, and they were willing to wait. I was like, just wait till the new capital ship comes out. Get that, and then you'll catch up. But nope, not happening. So this guy is 2 years old. And it's going to be like at least, unless they announce something tomorrow, it's going to be at least 2.5, 3 years as the king of the hill in fleets. And it's such an easy fleet to use. The downside is you really need it 7 stars finished off to actually make it really usable. because so much stuff is gated behind 7 stars. So the ability on this that isolates, that is 7 stars. Still, you know, you can still reduce the enemy capital ship speed, but the thing that destroys the next reinforcement from 7 touch hangar, 7-star lock. Ultimate, you know, it's still good. I mean, it still takes away the enemy capital ship at level 1, but you got all this extra stuff at 7 stars. Basic, who cares? This will be fine, but it's not as good without 7 stars. But it is the clear choice. Not Profundity. You know, Profundity is great, but I don't know. There's not much stuff that's compelling about it in its actual farm. It's the Bronze Medalist among the best. And while, yes, it is good, it's just, I mean, it's all... You get a Radis team out of it. That's mostly it. Which is fine. I mean, that's a decent team, but... Leviathan, clearly the best. In other news for the account, I guess we can try this. Imperial Trooper, Galactic Challenge. Places of Power. I did complete Challenge Tier 3. I didn't record it. It was one of those things where I was, you know, up at night and just trying it out and pushing my way through. And I 2 out of 3, I got 2 stars. So I didn't 3-star. I lost my Palpatine pretty early. But I had seen that it was coming right up again, so I figured, you know, if I get this nailed down, I can just run it again sometime soon. And the team I used for it was, you get Sith. I cannot use my Malik. Malik would do wonderfully in there if I could use him. At Relic 3, that's plenty. But he needs to be 7 stars. Sadly. So, I mean, this update doesn't really change a lot about my free-to-play farming guide, surprisingly, because so many things I care about, assault battles, journey guide unlocks, they're all still locked behind 7 stars, and then ships, the stars matter for both pilot and ship, so not a whole lot changes, but this is the team I used. So, Palpatine, Vader, Bastila Shan Fallen, they're the main debuff engines, Terminator train engines going, but the thing is, the characters that are only Sith are only getting Terminator when the debuff expires. Darth Vader and Palpatine are the only ones that give themselves Terminator from inflicting debuffs. So it's a little bit harder to run the train than an Empire team. Bastila Shan does tons of debuffs, but she doesn't give herself an extra turn. Darth Revan's just here because he's the most competent among the rest of them. He can, you know, AoE fear the whole enemy team and do shock, which does a lot of damage. Nihilus is there for his annihilate. At the beginning, he's kind of flimsy. And they're all kind of flimsy. I have to like restart a few times to make sure people survive, but it's nowhere near as bad as Force Moon Challenge Tier 3, so I have them all in relics, and that's a big part of it. And they just don't hit as hard. But it's all about, you know, loading up the debuffs, not dispelling them intentionally with Culling Blade all the time, and then just really trying to time your transitions well. And I lost Palpatine like wave 6. I thought I'd just die, because so much of the damage, he makes it go so much faster from his passive. No, his passive is unique. Using Rage Shadow Legends terminology, dang it. He does extra damage, like 20% damage. When enemies are Jedi, which they're mostly all Jedi. They might all be Jedi. But and then when they're shocked, so they're just taking so much damage passively from his unique. I am going to remod him, though. I didn't remod anyone, but I will remod him for health when I get around to the video. Because that was just terrible. Everyone else is fine. I mean, everyone else I pretty much have modded for health and speed. Like, already have pretty good speed on everyone. Like, really, plus 142 on them. I think that's insanity that I'm able to float that. Plus 165 on her. They are good to go. They are just doing fantastic. Invader is fine. He's got a speed set for 146. Well, actually, he's kind of like Nihilus. I don't know why I think Nihilus is mind-blowing speed. Invader's whatever, but yeah, they've all got good speed. So that'll be, I think, the last of the core 6, the first 6 assault battles done, all the way to Challenge Tier 3. So I'm loving that. And then, yeah, let's just run this. And I already got my payout. Don't really want to do any fleet battles. Let's just run this and doing this. I don't think my Imperial troopers can really do very high up for this, but it's important I at least try and gauge where I'm at. Yeah, we're just like so flimsy. Okay, so Piet is gonna go. This one where I'm gonna mark Scout. They have Captain Rex in there too. I kind of forgot that. Let's hit those. Stagger. And it's not Rex in the lead, so they're not getting turn meter from getting hit. Just Rex 5s would, so yeah, I want to daze all of them. I don't know if I get enough damage. Maybe I'll go for the sacrifice. Because Rex's or 5's defense is just too high. Oh dang, they're too fast. They like reset my stacks. Maybe we're... I only have 2 stacks on Dark Trooper. I want to use this whole thing on Rex. Rex is really hanging in there surprisingly. That is unfortunate. How did you get to do that? Oh, is it when someone dies, I get a bonus turn? I didn't read the modifier. It's probably what it is. Oh no, need some dates. What the heck? Alright, maybe killing 5s wasn't the best idea, but that has to be their modifier. Global. Another random ally takes bonus turn. Okay. That got way louder. I think maybe I bumped my headphones and it turned it up. Gosh, 2 stacks already again. All those staggers. Yeah, it'll go a long way to be able to kill 5s first. What the heck? All of them dazed. Captain Rex would probably be the best one to go for after. He's just really hard to kill. Okay. Yeah, because don't want to get everyone dazed. That's like the death knell for Imperial troopers. But it's just that the heal he does on himself, it's very obnoxious. Come on. Okay, that's good. We can work with that. Here, excellent. And you were feared, so there we go. Tier 9. That's good. That is not shabby at all. Some people might wonder why I don't work on my Dark Trooper, why I leave him so weak. I don't want to invest in characters that I know get obsoleted. Like, I know from my main account, I just don't ever have a use for Dark Trooper. So I'd rather work on stuff I know is like cutting edge right now, and it's just as difficult to work on as Dark Trooper. I mean, I have Dark Trooper shards, but it requires counter attack and all that. You know, relics are the same for everybody. So I prefer work on the characters I can keep using for a long time. And then for, just just generic feats where I need to win at the top, I just throw in Leia. Call it a day. Hit auto. Oh wow, already Imperial troopers. Maybe don't auto this. Let's cleanse off everybody. Yeah. Alright, now I get back in auto. Okay. There we go. That's typically how I approach Galactic challenges, whatever they are. You know, go for the prescribed faction first. Get as high as I can. Do the leftover feats. Tier 10, usually with Leia. If it's like dots or something, I'll put Vader in there somewhere. And then at the end, I go in and add the new marquee. Vane. And this is just, you know, immediate. Well, the main account I can do the 4-star one because I usually get them to 4-star, but here, and you get more points for it, 450. So all that's worth doing. Oh, I'm very close to 12 on this. Oh, this will get me there. So yeah, Conquest is starting up soon. I am really hoping to get the Night Trooper Cron, so this one I have to level up. I just don't have the mats. It would just be really nice. I'm already at the 40s because like if I level something up so high, so I got it to like 6 already, and I didn't know that I had re-rolled this to get it to Dark Side, but I had this on Dark Side and got to level 6. I was like, I want this to be Night Sisters. Got a Night Sister one, and then I'm working that up. This is a great level 3. Anything for my small account that has a good level 3, that's super useful. So I'll just fill out the roster a little bit more with a few more Datacrons. I don't need a ton, but I'm only needing more all the time. And I think to sign off, I can just go ahead and favorite a couple characters that are going to be in focus quite soon. Morgan and Great Mothers. So yeah, it feels very cutting edge. And, you know, American Shin are going to be a while before I farm them fully. And I'm going to need Thrawn in there, but I don't need to favorite him yet. I just favorited Leviathan just to show what's going on, but Balin is going to be next journey unlocked probably. Bunch of Relic 7s. Going to take a while, but all these are well worth their weight. Shin and Merrick go with him. Grey Mother's Morgan, their own team basically, add a 3rd or 4th or 5th. And Grand Admiral Thrawn, solid character. So yeah, that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week 87 update. And I'll see you later.